Howdy, people. Katrina DeVille, back at you. Yeah, I just got home not too long ago. I haven't really been here on YouTube very much the last couple weeks because I've been busy. Yeah. I dropped a short here about a week ago, and I alluded to the fact that, yeah, you heard it right. I'm running for United States House of Representatives, Wisconsin's 8th District Congressional. It makes my heart really happy to be out here standing up for Americans, for Wisconsinites, making sure that, I'm meeting all of the current Democratic Party chairs because I want to be your representative. I want to work for you. I want to be the one to hold the line against authoritarianism and push it back. I want to be the one out here who's going to shore up human rights. And I want to be the one who puts the pen to the paper and gets it passed. Universal health care, Medicare for all, single-payer system, raising the minimum wage, lowering cost of living, free child care for families with children from ages 6 months to 5 years old, getting big corporate interests and corruption out of politics. So Citizens United, it needs to go. Yeah. I have a website, DeVilleForCongress.com. If you'd like to see my platforms that I'm running on, they're all right there. There's 9 of them. And yeah, I'll be adding to that because big plans, big goals. And like the only way you can reach big goals is by setting big goals. So here we are. I'm getting after it. I've been out there going around the district, meeting all of the Democratic Party chairs and meeting allies and people in, like LGBTQ groups and hearing about how things are going in 2025 in District 8. There's been some, there's been some good, there's been some not so good. And I'm going to actively be working towards fixing these things, trying to help community members and citizens with the tools that I'm able to help them with, that the federal government has to help Americans. So let me back up here a couple of days. It's Saturday. I think it's probably about 8 o'clock at night right now where I'm at. I've been home for, probably about an hour. And so Wednesday, I left here at about 8:30 in the morning. And home for me is home for me is Neenah. I was driving to Chilton. I live right on the edge of the district. Like I lived in District 8 for about 15 years of my life. I went to college at UW Green Bay, and I have so many dear friends in Door County, in Brown County, in Outagamie County, in Winnebago County. I know a ton of people in Waupaca County, Marinette County. It's Kewaunee County. One of my best friends came from Kewaunee County. My heart is absolutely with District 8, and I would be honored and proud to be your representative, to be the one out here fighting to make sure that you have the best life you could possibly have, that all of us have rights and privileges and ability to do those tried and true American ideals, which is the pursuit of happiness. anyways, so yeah, I left here at 8:30 in the morning on Wednesday, and I drove out to Chilton, Calumet County. Yeah. It's a farming community. I used to live there. I had a house out there for, it was about 7 or 8 years, something like that. And it's really pretty driving out there. There's some great people that live out there. Chilton is the county seat. I drove to meet the Democratic Party chair at this little shop called Hilda's. It's a deli, really cute place. It felt really warm and inviting. And my heater's going to come on now. That's fine. I was freezing a couple minutes ago, and I'm just gonna let it. It's nice to be in the warmth. So yeah, I drove out to Chilton and met with Doreen. She's wonderful. I got to hear all about what's going on in Calumet County, and it was a bit shocking. Like, there's there's big dairy farms out there in Calumet County, and like, I'm talking like 1,000 cow size dairy farms. So major operations, and the only way that these places function is by employing immigrants. And so these DHS raids and ICE has everybody freaked out and scared. And these are law-abiding citizens. I mean, like, they're trying to be citizens. They came here for the same reason all of us did, to try and have a better life and to try to be better providers to their family and enable their families a pathway to a better life, So they're hard workers, genuine, good people, and the whole demonization of immigrants and undocumented immigrants by the government, it's pretty far out there. And I'm going to do all I can to try and figure out if there's a way to expedite citizenship, if there's a way that we can teach these immigrants what it means to be an American and how things in our country work. And like, everyone talks about, let's do it legally. Well, let's do it. Yeah, let's help them. Like, instead of throwing them under the bus, zip tying their wrists, and throwing them in the back of a van to take off to God knows where, let's help them. They are essential to our economy. Like, that's the truth. Grabbing undocumented immigrants, tossing them in a van, and scurrying them off to God knows where hurts those people. It hurts our farmers. It hurts our economy. We need to get right with this, and we need to help them so that they continue to do the very essential jobs that they do. It's important. And America is a nation made up of immigrants. If you're not Native American and, around Wisconsin, that means Oneida, Menominee, it's much respect to the natives. All the rest of us are immigrants. We migrated here. So, let's get with it, people. Current day immigrants aren't any different. We all came here for a better way of life. So let's try to help them so they can continue to help us. Okay? Anyways, I drove out to Chilton and I hung out with Doreen for a couple hours. We talked about things as they're pertinent to Calumet County and trying to figure out what we can do to help immigrants become legal citizens. And I heard all about Calumet County. It was interesting to hear, a small community, small rural communities like that have LGBTQ people living out there. It's fantastic. Like when I lived out there, I was a lone blue island in this sea of red, and it was fine. Like I have Republican friends, still do. I have Republican friends that live right out there. I had a house about halfway between New Holstein and Pipe, and if you ever driven through Pipe, you need to stop at the Pipe Express, the gas station. That like the fried chicken. I mean, if it's anything like it was a couple of years ago, the fried chicken coming out of that gas station is just ridiculous. Like, do yourself a favor, stop in there and get a couple pieces of Yardbird. The fried chicken is ridiculous. I used to go down there from my house. I would go stop in and get a couple chicken legs, and I'd sit. They have a nice little eating area you can sit, a little booth, and I would sit there and have a couple pieces of chicken, visit with the nice ladies behind the counter, and farmers would come in. I mean, back then I used to rock a two-tone mohawk. I've been a split personality for a long time. And we'd strike up a conversation, and they'd figure out pretty quickly, like, I don't mean anybody any harm. Never have. And there's always things you can align with pretty much anyone you meet, and we'd have a good conversation. I'd finish my chicken and I'd go back home, go back to work, things like that. A lot of things like that are the same out there. One thing that I noticed that isn't out there in the wild, isn't out there on the road, right-wing bots. We've all seen the pictures online now when Grok turned on location services and all those, big MAGA accounts showed up in like Turkey and, Pakistan or wherever, like they weren't in the United States, which is pretty comical. There's none of that out there. It's real people. And real people with struggles, and I'm happy to have met a wide variety of people over the last week. So started in Chilton on Wednesday morning, and then drove from there down to Fond du Lac, and stopped and saw my dad for a little while. He lives in Fond du Lac. That's where I grew up. And after leaving there, I drove up to Oshkosh to the Winnebago Dems office and hung out with those people there for a little while. Every one of these offices, like some of them are kindness loving, like some of the best hugs I've had, in a long time. And I used to live in Oshkosh for a while, so I wanted to hear about that community, how things are going there. And I'm around Oshkosh quite a bit, so I know how things kind of are. But checked in with the Winnebago Dems for a while, and that was awesome, as it always is. And after there, I drove on up to Green Bay and to Hinterland Brewery, so I could visit with the chair and the vice chair of the District 8 Congressional. They wanted to get to know me. I wanted to get to know them. And one thing I've really wanted to make sure of as I start this campaign is I'm not just like coming in out of the blue, blindsiding people. I want this job. I want to be your representative, and I want to be the best goddamn representative you ever had. So that means, like my mama always said, if you want a job, you dress for that job. So I've been going out and meeting everybody because I want to work with you. I want to know what I can do to make lives in those communities, in those counties, in this district, District 8, better. And this is how we do it, by going and talking to people. I'm going to start having some town halls very soon, one, in each county, so that anyone who wants to come and talk with me, ask questions. I would like to hear the things that you struggle with. I would like to hear what I can do to make those struggles significantly less. Make living a happy and healthy, productive, heartfelt, strong life easier. So after I visited with them for a while at Hinterland, drove downtown to the Common Council announcement, where a few of my friends, Charles Knight, Melissa Prophet, they were announcing their candidacy for Common Council. John Shelton was there too, and I know there were 6 candidates that were announcing their candidacy that night. I've met so many people in the last week, my brain just won't hold on to all their names, but I got a chance to meet Ahmad there. It's got to be one of the best hugs I've ever had in my life. And I can't wait to visit with him and talk about everything that he can share with me about the district and what he's working on right now, and what I can do to make his job easier too, if I'm able. So then I was home for a couple of days, and I've been working on responding back to emails and sending in applications for endorsement and things like that. Made a few more changes to the website, and then today, Saturday, got back in the car, off we go, right up to Door County. Went to Sturgeon Bay. I forgot how beautiful Door County is any time of the year, but in winter, so pretty. I went and met with the Door County Democratic chairs up there today, and what a lovely meeting. We had this little sit down at Lawless Coffee, and coffee there's fantastic. It's an inclusive space. The girls behind the counter were so lovely, so warm, and the coffee was gorgeous. The atmosphere was brilliant, and the company was second to none. I'm excited to be doing some things in Door County, and I got invited to a holiday event that's coming up pretty soon. I'll be there. I'm coming. I want to meet folks, and I want to be part of the community. It's important to me. It's important, and I know it's important to everyone that I represent, that I am present and aware and always accessible and always willing to listen. So after Sturgeon Bay, I ran back down to Green Bay and to the Brown County Library, and where I met with the Democratic Socialists of America chapter from Brown County, and I gave a speech for them. I think that went fabulously well, and it was nice to meet so many new faces in there. There's some friends that I've known for a while, and it was great to see them too. It was my first time ever attending a meeting with any chapter of the Democratic Socialist Party, and wow, just the progressive ideas and the push towards trying to really make this whole area and America better. Really strong coming out of there. So good. And I left there and headed down to Appleton, back in Outagamie County, and there was an event going on for Christmas holiday season. Whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Festivus for the rest of us. They had an event today. For the LGBTQ community had an event today. Appleton Pride had this event called Yuletide Gay, which is an annual Christmas market that they do. Brilliant. I wish I would have gotten there sooner so I could have been able to walk around the booths and see the things, but I got to visit with some folks, specifically with Appleton Pride leaders, and it was great. Like, I want to be connected with the LGBTQ communities, and I am going to continue being an advocate for trans people and for the LGBTQ community in Wisconsin and in America. Like, that's one of the biggest reasons why I am going right for federal level. With what we've seen the government doing for human rights and like actively trying to take them away from LGBTQ people, I would like to be one of those who is pushing back on it and turning these things around so that people in marginalized communities don't have to feel threatened all the time. Don't have to feel like our existence is under attack. Don't have to feel like the environments that we live in are hostile. So I'm trying to stay connected with the LGBTQ communities in Brown County and Outagamie County, and like listening to the concerns, listening to the things I can do to help make it better. And as like I said, at the town halls I'll be having, this will absolutely be an emphasis. I want people to come from both sides of the aisle. This isn't just a Democrat only thing. And like, once elected to office, I don't just represent Democrats. I understand that. I think a lot of our politicians holding office don't understand that. It's unfortunate, but like, yeah, whoever is occupying that seat right now, as you know, whether you live in District 8 or another district around Wisconsin, or you're watching this from a different state, whatever party your current representative is, they represent all the people in that district, not just the people that voted for them. So we need to start acting like that. And that's probably part of one of the reasons why the division in this country started. I mean, now it's at a point where we have like the ultra rich buying up media platforms, whether it's social media platforms or legacy media, and using those outlets as propaganda megaphones to keep working class Americans fighting with each other over whatever differences they can exploit. When we start to understand that it's all the ultra rich trying to make sure that we stay fighting with one another so that we don't take away their power. When we start to see it, we start to understand that we need voices in Washington, D.C. that are willing to oust big money, oust big corruption out of politics, out of our government. We need to get rid of Citizens United. Too many corporations paying for political campaigns, buying politicians so they can stick them in their pocket like a mascot. It makes it so the politicians worry more about the interests of the companies than the constituents, and then they sit and wonder why people are so upset. Oh, but yeah, so I went to Yuletide Gay and visited with the Appleton Pride leaders, and now I'm home, happy to be in one place without a steering wheel in front of me for a little while. And with that, I think that's where I'm going to let you go today. I'm pretty tired, hungry. I'm glad to have warmed up a bit. Really super happy and really, really thankful for these couple of days that I've had so far. There's going to be lots more of these, promise you. I'm going to continue traveling around the district. There's other counties I have to make it to yet. I'm going to go to Kewaunee County and visit the chair there, and I'd like to go to Waupaca County and visit that chair. I've spoken with all these chair people, and every one of them has been fantastic. Oconto County, I'll be coming. I'll be visiting y'all. I want to hear about the good and the bad, and how we can take all that bad and try to sway it over to the good. So, and right and left wing people, I want to hear all the stuff. This is how we make it better. This is how we come together. And this is how America wins together. Anyways, hearts and stars for y'all. I love you very much. This is your future Congresswoman, Katrina DeVille, saying thank you so much. If you'd like to support the campaign, go give my website a visit at devilleforcongress.com. I'll be putting more videos like this up. And I'm still going to be an advocate for trans rights and for trans people, and I will still do videos teaching people about what it is like to be a trans person. That's been the really great thing. Everyone has been so accepting. We'll make it better, y'all. We'll get through this. Promise you. I love you. God bless America.